WBZ News Radio 1030, I'm Bradley Jay, and you're Jay talking. We're on the Empire Builder, a long train trip through the north of the United States. This is part 2, and we met Bob Bjorge in part 1, and here he is again to talk about the northern Great Plains.
We proceed into the region known as the Northern Great Plains, across fields of wheat and barley, the Blackfeet Reservation, a large Native American tribe with branches both in the US and Canada, and we proceed on to Havre along the Montana High Line, which was homesteaded and settled by the Great Northern Railway in the early 1900s. Passengers continuing on the train go on to Minnesota and on to Illinois on their continued trip. We leave at Havre and continue back westbound, narrating our interpretive program as we proceed back west across the Northern Great Plains, the Rockies, and the Cascade Mountains of Oregon and Washington.
The difference in the long-haul train experience for the folks who splash out for the deluxe accommodation of the sleeping car is quite different from that of the seat sleeper. If you're going with a companion, I'd go with the sleeping car. If alone, I would stick with sleeping in the seat because it's tough to justify the added expense otherwise. There is a dining car that serves as a sit-down diner for a sit-down dinner, but I've never felt it necessary to go that way. I do the snack car, the so-called snack car, located on the lower level of the observation car. They carry microwave burgers, hot dogs, sandwiches, as well as beer, wine, soft drinks, and coffee. The long-haul trains seldom stop long enough to get supplies, so make sure you take everything you might need, especially hygiene items, including hand sanitizer. A gallon or two of water is a big money saver because a small bottle of water on the train is $2.25 at the time of this writing. I think the biggest bang for the buck food-wise is the cheeseburger. If you're not going with a sleeping car, I advise a sleeping bag, lightweight down if you have one. They really provide comfort in the seat if you're sleeping in the seat, and hardcore riders are known to stake out real estate in the observation car floor, and the sleeping bag's a big help there. The sky is really bigger in Big Sky country because the horizon is so distant, and this means long stretches of wide open land. It's not boring, it's hypnotic. I've held some of these shots in the Northern Great Plains for a long while because that is the reality of Montana. It's not a quick-cut world. It is a long-distance world. As the hours glide by, the shape and color of the terrain subtly morphs, and we ease into North Dakota. The scape seems to be more towards green, and the plots of land are more defined. As with any location, the hour before sunset brings out more nuanced shades and the gold tint to everything as it flies by. The trip is not easy and not always comfortable, but happily, time burnishes the upside, and if you ride the Empire Builder, you are sure to stockpile some life-enriching memories.